Hi. Reflecting on my final data collection was interesting. I'm really glad that this was a part of the clinical and that we got to. I use data a lot of the time in my teaching to inform my teaching, but to constantly be aware of it and to do it on a regular basis has really been very effective in informing my teaching and helping to see where students are struggling and what needs to be retaught, what needs to be focused on a little bit more, and so on. The 12 weeks have kind of been a short period of time for me. I feel like it's not enough time, for example, for students to show immense progress. For example, compared to February, their reading and writing has improved so much this semester, but 12 weeks isn't that long of a time period. But even so, I've seen slow but pretty steady progress in when utilizing these assessments and this data to inform my teaching. For example, the daily practice of spelling really helped to improve both their writing and even just adding a competitive edge to the classes and so on. So I think that, focusing on these skills every day is very helpful. Social emotional learning. I spoke about that when I did my proposal, when I did my presentation here at school for Standard 10. Social emotional learning played a big part in my class in just developing sportsmanship and improving collaborative skills a lot in the classroom, so I will definitely continue using that. And also, I never thought to gather data for that, so that's something I will definitely continue to do in next school year. Things that I can definitely focus on improving in the following school year would be making the most of the activities and most of the lessons more student-centered, providing, I think I do pretty well with differentiation, but it could be better, and giving students a lot more choice. I will go back to teaching Daily 5, for example, which I did not do much this year. So, and that gives students a lot more choice over how and what they would like to work on at what time. For example, some areas of writing needs to be improved, because when I look at my rubrics now, I can see that I've done really well with teaching introductions and teaching transitions, adding details, but they, for example, are not doing so well with conclusions and with ending a story. So just having that data from their rubrics is something that I know I'm obviously not teaching well enough, teaching them craft and how to end off a story well. Overall, I think that the way I'm going to use this going forward is just using consistent rubrics. I am the team lead for my grade, so making sure that all 7 or 8 classes are using the same rubrics. We are using this data to inform when to move on to other topics, when students grasp these kinds of concepts. Meeting with teachers to reflect. Let's look at the narrative rubric or the how-to rubric and reflect and see what went well, what didn't, and constantly be having this be a very organic process that's just always changing. And I think that it would really help us next year to make to be a lot better for the next set of students. So it's been very helpful for me to gather all this data and to use it in the way that we have during the clinical. Thank you.